It's all good, magic, mysticism, and earth medicine. Check us out by visiting www.magicandmedicine.blogspot.com. I'm your host, Dr. Candace Nadine Green.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of It's All Good, Magic, Mysticism, and Earth Medicine. I had expected to have an episode out sooner, but this pandemic has gotten me down, has caused me to I've second-guessed myself. I've been trying to get into a new routine of taking care of everyone and my kids and their distance learning school, and also allowing my husband his space to work as well uninterrupted. He taking care of his students and doing all of his meetings and things of that nature. So it's been interesting, but I am thankful for this opportunity to slow down, to not feel that I'm at a breaking point, to reassess the way I connect with nature and care for Mother Earth and be more conscious of the things that I have been doing. Now, before this pandemic became evident, so to speak, and before it showed its head, I was getting signals all along that Earth was sick. I mean, we've known that our Earth Mother was sick. I mean, I was visited by Cornelius one evening, and then I started to get really sick when I saw him I just started to get I felt really sick. And I know that was me being told that our Earth Mother is suffering and she needs people who are going to take care of her and are going to help spread the word and help others do the same thing. Because if not, we're going to just disappear. When our Earth Mother gets sick, we get sick. And it made me think of the lost, advanced civilizations, these advanced civilizations throughout history that were seeming to do so well. They had such technology that was ahead of their time. Things that they knew, and they knew so many things, and then all of a sudden they were no more. The civilization disappeared. And I can only think of that we humans, even back then, became too greedy. Our desires got the better of us. We wanted certain things, and then we forgot. We forgot about taking care of our Earth Mother. We forgot our connection with Earth, and because we were concentrating on building the biggest monuments or temples in dedication to ourselves. And then we were also mistreating our fellow man, woman. And because of our negligence, our world started to suffer, which affected us. And that led to our demise. Now, that's just my theory. Other people probably have other things to say, but I can't help but think about that. I was having a conversation with my husband about this, and I said, look at all the advanced, because we watch a lot of National Geographic and about lost civilizations and ancient civilizations. And I'm always left with the question, what happened to them? Why didn't they go on further? Just like us, we have so much technology, we're so advanced, but we are some selfish, ignorant people. We are so greedy. We have desire to have everything fast. I mean, looking at now with this pandemic, I'm looking at people in Michigan and other states who are actually protesting the stay-at-home orders. I mean, these orders were put into place to protect them, to keep them alive, and they are protesting, saying that it's infringing upon their constitutional rights. I just think that they're protesting. It looks silly when you step back from it because they're protesting their right to get coronavirus. That's what they're doing. Because not following the orders is going to end up with someone getting sick. But what they should do is sign a waiver to waive all of their medical treatment because they did not follow orders, and that's taking away from people who actually are following orders, and or people in nursing homes who have no choice, and the healthcare workers who are risking their lives don't need to be risking their lives with people who are just ignorant and selfish and not following along like everyone else is anyway. I'm serious. We are some backwoods folks. And look at, he who should not be named, who is in the White House there. I mean, he has shown numerous times that he does not care about anyone, doesn't care about the earth. Look at him reversing laws and protections for certain things in our environment, things and allowing pollutants back into our world when they were controlled, and sort of the people were trying to put a damper on them, especially with the Obama administration. He had tried to reduce, some pollutants, and all this guy is thinking about is money and how it's affecting himself. And he's not the only one. There's plenty of others who are like him. That's why our earth is suffering. You know, withholding supplies to help people who really need it. New York saying that they're asking too much. They don't really need that much. And I do like the way Cuomo came back at him and with his own information saying, we based our stuff on your document that came from the White House, the CDC, which is you. And it's true. You see with this pandemic, it just reminds us how we have a problem. There's so many people who, you see all of the sides, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those people who care about other people, who are actually going out of their way to help them, those healthcare workers who are risking their lives, and those people who are on the front line, the restaurants and the firefighters, the postal workers, all of them, police, risking their lives to take care of people, to make sure we have food, to make sure we have adequate health, to make sure we're safe. And then you have others who are like, this is just a hoax. And they're not wearing their facial masks. And they don't care. And then they're saying it's something that some other country invented or came up with to infect everyone, which is so ridiculous. Look at all the people who are dying. I mean, the numbers are crazy. These are lives. But you see, there's people who don't care. They don't care until it's on their doorstep. And that's very sad. But that's how we are. We're a mess. And the poor earth is just the universe is just crying. Because look at us. Look at us. People act surprised every time the president does something that reveals how he really thinks. You shouldn't be surprised. He did that before when he was campaigning. He'll do something in front of our faces and then lie about it to our faces. No, I didn't say that. Even it could be on tape. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that tape. He is an embodiment of our greed, our deceit. I mean, throughout history, how many dominant cultures deceived those who weren't in powerful positions, misused them, mistreated them? I mean, the Egyptians had slaves. The earth has given us, the universe has given us numerous chances to get our act together. I mean, every time she comes up with something, they'll wipe out people. Look, you're not doing right. You mistreated me. You're done. I'm sick, so you're sick. You die. We've been warned. Messages have been sent out to those who can help. You know, and that again, that's when I received the messages from the horn god, Carnunos, when one night, a couple of months ago, and I realized that I wouldn't speak too much. I felt too preachy if I were on this rate podcast or any other podcast speaking about how we should take care of her, because I felt like I was saying the same thing over and over and over again. But I got the message that no, keep saying it, because someone will hear it. Someone somewhere will hear it and be moved to act. I mean, some people will refuse to comply. I mean, look at, and I don't like to criticize other people who have different faiths, but I'm really disturbed when I see people, religious leaders, who say, come on, people, gather in this building. We're going to pray our way out of this pandemic. And then those people go home and they're sick, and then they infect everyone else. And then those people get sick, and some people die. Was that needed? No, it wasn't. And then you have young people who are going on spring break. They're so selfish that said, I waited all year for this vacation, and I'm not going to let the coronavirus stop me. Well, you know what? The coronavirus doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care who you are, where you live, how much money you have, what color your skin. Nothing. But look at that. How selfish. It's a virus, people. It's a deadly virus. You mean I'm not? What do you mean? I'm gonna not let it stop me. And then that kid that went viral, the one who says on some spring break, Florida, I think he was 22. I don't know how old this kid is, but he had said, "If I get corona, I get corona. I'm not gonna let it stop me from partying." What? That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Even my 9-year-old would never say that. No, they know better. How selfish is that? And then that kid, he comes and apologizes, but I don't think it was him. I think it was his parents who were making him apologize because they were embarrassed. But again, that's how foolish we are. We really need to stay home, people. Why are you getting antsy? I'm not getting antsy being home. I love being home, but I'm a homebody anyway. I have what I call my homestead, and I have everything I need. And I have a garden, so I grow my stuff, my food, and a lot of things, and the kids. We're all here, and I'm happy. I know there's a lot of people who have to go out there in the world and work, and I'm very thankful and grateful to for the sacrifices that they're making, so the rest of us can be okay. But if you don't have to, keep your asses home. Seriously. Don't. You do not have the right to infect me or anyone else because of your stupidity, arrogance, and ignorance. It's not right. All right, so that's my rant, my introductory rant about the pandemic. What I really wanted to talk to you about today is I have a book review, and I'll put the link in the show notes. It's called the Goddess Journaling Workbook. By the way, if you want to send me hate mail or whatever about my opinion on how we are responding to the coronavirus, go ahead. I like getting mail, whether it's hate mail or other mail, but I'm not going to engage in hate with you. Just letting you know. Okay, so back to our book review. It's called the Goddess Journaling Workbook by Beatrix Minerva Linden. I actually have this book. I have it on Kindle. I should have gotten the hard copy, but I have it on Kindle because now I have to write everything out, but that's okay. It's good exercise for my hands. It's 365 daily journal where they have journaling prompts to keep a manifestation mindset all year round. Now, the good thing about this is many good things, but one of the things that really attracted me to this book was that the prompts are not dated. So there's no stress if you miss a day. And I have missed a few days. At first, I was going strong for like 21 days. And then, life happened. I got tired. I got sick, all these things. And there's a couple of days that I missed. So I'm glad that you don't feel, because once you miss a day and there's something dated and you miss a day, you get that mindset like, the heck, whether I missed this day, so I'm not going to continue. And then you stop. So, so that's the good thing about it. And you can start writing anytime. You don't have to pick a day. It's not on April 1st. You have to write blah, blah, blah. And it only takes, each journal entry only takes about 5 to 10 minutes a day. It depends on how long or short you want to make it. I mean, I've had things that were a couple of sentences or one word answers, but at least I made an effort, and that's okay. It does require some commitment. Not too much. You don't have to stress out and think that all your time is going to be spent with this, because then if it seems like too much of a task, then we're more, I know for me, I'm not apt to do it. The journal is structured in 6 cycles. Now, each cycle is represented by one Greek goddess, and I'll talk about them in a moment. And I think that's very nice. That's why it's called the Goddess Journaling Workbook. The writing prompts use manifestation principles and the law of attraction, making journaling much more than a comforting habit. It actually assists with clear dream definition and doable ways of accomplishing these dreams. So it's something that it offers things that we can all do. Very simple, so simple. Now, the goddesses that are represented in this book, we have Persephone, who is the queen of the underworld. And I'm still on the Persephone section, getting towards the end of it, but I'm still there. And it's really good. She helps you with introspection as you travel through your very own underworld. And I must say that there were some things that I had to dig up that were there, that this book causes you to think and reflect, to dig in and to get rid of it. Everyone has their own underworlds, their own things that are not favorable for them. I mean, I had to dig through some very challenging obstacles and pasts, but I was glad to dig them up and get rid of them. Now, the second goddess they deal with is Artemis, or Diana. She helps you discover your cycles, to explore your most feminine side, and birth the new you. I am so looking forward to getting to that part. The third goddess, Athena, Minerva, she aids in helping you collect the necessary knowledge to become who you want to be. That's something to look forward to. Fourth goddess represented is the goddess Aphrodite, or Venus. Encourages you to love yourself and your body and find the love you deserve. Isn't that great? Fifth goddess is goddess Hestia, or Vesta. If I mispronounce it, please. I'm open. Please let me know. Helps you achieve home and family happiness and manifest material comfort. and the sixth goddess, Demeter series. This finishes the yearly cycle, symbolizing harvesting the fruits of your efforts, giving the final shape to your wishes, and preparing for a new period of introspection. So it's a really good book. And I suggest getting the actual book in your hand. I have it on Kindle, and I wish I had gotten the actual book. It would have been I just would like to have the actual book. But anyway, it's on Amazon or wherever books are sold. I highly suggest you go and pick up your copy. So that ends this episode. And I would like to tell you to please visit the website magic with a K and medicine.blogspot.com. Email me, check us out on Facebook. The links are on that blog. And if you can, I know it's a difficult time, support us on Patreon. If you can, $1 is even fine. Or a different amount, a one-time amount is acceptable too. But thank you for listening. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up in the next few weeks, so stay tuned. Remember, stay home, stay safe, and blessed be y'all.
Thank you for listening to It's All Good, Magic, Mysticism, and Earth Medicine. Visit us anytime at www.magicandmedicine.blogspot.com.